Reputation stink a road, but me name not DJ pull up.
Hey, saseni. Zola juu sasa umekula mtachangamka. Haya, habari zenyu? Habari zenyu tena? Habari zenyu?
Mimi nitakugeneralize kukula. Kuna watu wa chakula, sio? Kuna watu wa chakula. Kama umekula sema kama umekula. Unasikia? Kama hujakula sema wamekula tukopoa. Kila mtu amekula.
Pesa kupoa. So are you ready for semi-finals and finals? So wale wenye walikuwa wanapeana zile za walikuwa wanaanza aje? Ati for the purpose of record. Ama walikuwa wanasema aje?
I'm glad to say this for the purpose of record, sir. Na wanaongeza ni eti waliambiwa it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Wanaongeza the how, wanatoa the what. Na tulikuwa tunawasikiza, si ndio? Wanatoa the what kabisa, wanakosa what kabisa, wanaeka how, wanaongea na mastingo deadly. Now this is where we choose beef and beach.
Yes. So kwa wenye walichaguliwa unaona gives ziko hapa, so your level. The moment unaongea kumbuka, the more you talk, the more closer you are coming to the gift. Sawa? The more you talk, the more closer you are coming to the trophy. So mkikuja do your best, si ndio? At this juncture tuta invite the chair and take over from there, then we go for semi-finals.
And we can appreciate you. Yeah, chair, I will appreciate you.
So, allow me to acknowledge the presence of one big body. The Economics Student Association of Kenya is present within us. Due to time, they kind of arrived late.
Students Association of Kenya, that is KESA. We're a big team, but we couldn't all make it. Only Lisa could make it, but he'll introduce himself. So, received greetings from the President, Ms. Madeleine Ochia, and the rest of the executive. They would have loved to be here, but they couldn't be here. So I'll give a brief of what KESA is and what we are about. So the Economic Students Association of Kenya was founded in 2021 by a group of students, economic students, who felt that there was a gap. They felt the need to connect economic students all over Kenya. Among them is Mr. Victor Kimomo. He was the president of the founding executive council. Our main mandate is to bridge the gap between theoretical learning and real life experiences. So instead of just having the theory that you get in class, you couple it with real life experiences. We managed to do this by having summits, debates, national events actually, where we invite students from all over the country. We have a membership of around 40 institutions of higher learning. So every year we convene them for 2 national events, that is summits and debates. We just concluded one at Multimedia University. We also have power talks where we cover a variety of topics, personal branding, and basically any skills you require to place yourself in the job market. We have skill-based webinars as well, where we connect experts to students to give them insights on the best approach to take with the professional world. Yeah. Our membership is not limited to students of economics. Those interested in economic affairs are also welcome to join our association. For EcoStart, sorry. Thank you for inviting us. We really appreciate, and we are really proud of you as KESA for the work you're doing here. This was really nice. My apologies that we came in late. I only managed to hear them tackle the bit of CBC and the one about health, HIV and cancer. And they felt they were really well. So for the presenters, that was really good. I'd like to challenge those who are seated there who didn't do any presentation. Next time, take that bold step and do it. If I had started this event with you guys, I would have also challenged that you have something to show for being here. So I hope each one of you, when you go back to wherever you go back to, you will have something to show for being here. That's all for me. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Paul Mogono. I am the Secretary General of Economic Student Association of Kenya. I'm not a student, I am an economics scholar. I finished my undergraduate in the year 2021 at the university that is the only university that lies on the equator in the whole world, and that is Maseno University, where we do every course with IT. And to address some issues regarding our theme today, governance is the backbone of the question of whether good governance is the backbone towards good policy implementation. I would just say some points, and I'll give a brief of the developments in the area of economics, starting from the medieval ages. And we know that we have our fathers in economics like Adam Smith, but before Adam Smith, there were the merchants, and we had the Bellons and we had the monarchy. And therefore, it happened that during the time of John, or King John, the Bellons led an appraisal. And therefore, there was something that they didn't feel it was okay, because the king would impose taxes the way they feel. They would come to your land and take the land the way they want without the following a certain guide. And therefore these Bellons felt that they need to be a governance on the side. And therefore they came up with a document that is called Magna Carta, or the Great Charter. And therefore, in this charter, they had to outline some things and bring about the changes that we see actually and we enjoy in our current economies. Something like democracy itself was also, it is as a result of that document, one document that was signed in June of year 1215. And it is because of these barons coming up and saying the governance of this king is not good that we are able to see the development across the world in our democracies, in our countries, in our economies. Even Adam Smith himself, when he was writing the book World of Nations, he had to, he did that because he had also experienced the changes that were brought about by Magna Carta, because that was the document that brought about opening of trade, and people are allowed to do trade or to be involved in trade freely. Therefore, we need to understand that governance itself, if it's not good, even if we come up with good implementations, we will be failing. I mean, with good policies, we'll be failing on that part. And therefore, as policymakers, as we look forward to come up with formulate policies, let us also be ready to take up the lead, to take up the chance to become the good leaders who will be able to bring about good governance in our countries, and that way we'll see good development and growth in our economies. Thank you.
Are we ready, people? It's about to go where? It's about to go down. Eh? Sasa ndio wacha mlikuwa mnasema mambo imechemka. Sasa hapa ndio imeevaporatea. Mimi naweza penda kwanza nipatie watu wenye wanakuja hapa kudebate ni nini. Ona vile mnaochiki bora alafu watu audience wanakuanga na idea vile mcheze pili napaswa kucheza kuliko watu kwa ground, si ndio? Sisi tuna feel mnafikiria sana, si ndio? Hii mambo itaki mtu afikirie. Si ndio? Ama mnaona aje mtu asifikirie? Usifikirie, sema tu ikutoke, sema tu kinyiko kwa akili. Sawa sawa, usifikirie sana. Na hatutakujudge hata ukisema kinyo utasema. Sawa sawa? Yeah, but we are really ready for you. We will be appreciating you. We will be snapping in appreciation. Sawa sawa? Hapa ndio watu wenye tulikuwa tuko huko chini, hapa ndio tunaona watu wenye walikuwa huko chini wanakuja kufanya. Are we good? I want us to give a lot of applause to Madam Lenity. Akuje to introduce kikosi ingine, and we will be glad. We can appreciate her now. Please appreciate her better. Karibu sana madam.
Good afternoon once again. Yeah, I want us to get to the next section for semi-finals. We said once again that the people who managed to get number 1 and 2 in the two groups, they are going to come for the semi-finals, and from there we are going to get the best winners in the finals, because number 1 and 2 again, they are going to move to the finals. We have our judges here. and all the universities are represented. And now I want us to be alert because we are about to start. We are going to have the group Jaba and Wakili. They are the ones who are going to start. And then the second group presenters are going to be the Raka Group 3 versus Phoenix. Those are the ones that are going to follow. So can we have the Jaba and the Wakili wakikuja hapa mbele? Tafadhali. The timekeeper, the macho. Can you grab for them as they come, please? These are giants. You know you are competing with another giant, so you have to be very smart.
Five states that is Kenya's taxation policy adaptive enough to support small and medium-sized enterprises during economic downturn? I'll repeat. Is Kenya's taxation policy adaptive enough to support small? So, in after you have to propose the motion of you have to propose or propose? Both opposition, we are going to just take that.
All of them are
Proposal.
They are all of them proposal. Now, the other group, when the other group, did you told the point as you who wants to talk? After whatever you do, you take the whatever is top, whoever is top. Unataka kuchukua the top one ama the no, you can't choose the tail or the head because the tail means opposer, the head means proposer. So you want the one which will be on top or the one which will be down. Whatever will be on top. nilirusha mpaka kwa wote.
When the tail is down, not up.
Whatever, they have said whatever is on top, they are going to take it. The top is the tail. Tail is the opposer. Wow, this man that oppose, it is already done. You get the point? Because once you toss, whatever, because they have chosen the one which was to be on top and the top of the tail, they take the opposers.
Thank you very much. So your proposition, please confirm with me your proposition. Your opposition. I know preliminarily we had 5 minutes for the whole team. You're going to make it 6 for the whole team, then 3 minutes for rebuttals. Alright? Please be attentive, be keen, and all the best. So after that, a judge may ask both team a question. Please answer it within the limited seconds that you've been given. So
thank you very much, distinguished judges. My name is Ibrahim Oro, and I'm the opposer. Thank you.
Members of the House, I am Kelly Kenyo, second opposer.
The learned judges and all the members whom I gathered, those with distinguished fortitude. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Rogers Osuna Onyango.
Honorable Justices, the audience, good evening. I'm Cliff Lusana, the first proposer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grace Kiritu, the second proposer.
Good afternoon, honorable judges and the audience. I'm Zakaria Maina.
Good afternoon, I'm Deborah G.
Good afternoon, judges and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patience Nanjala.
Our time is there, 6 minutes.
So, honorable judges, my name is Cliff Otiro Lusana for purposes of recording. I would love to move to the motion and propose the motion that says Kenya taxation is adaptive to support small, medium size enterprises. So for the first thing, I would love to begin by tax relief. Now, in our country, in the year 2020, we had got the crisis of the COVID-19. After the crisis, the government had got what we call a tax relief policy on some small-sized business for their development. This one was done so that the business can catch up with the economy. For example, let's take, during that period, many businesses were struck down, some were even closed, some their network reduces, but here, the government now comes up with a policy that reduces the tax on those small businesses to help them grow. Secondly, I would like to talk on the exemptions on taxes. Here, we find that the small businesses, the kind of taxes that they pay, it's a reasonable tax, and they give a tax that allow them to develop. This one is a clear picture that the Kenyan government is trying to make the tax system that is used in Kenya much adaptive for this, for the small-sized business enterprises to grow so that they may catch up with the economy. Then, I would like to move on the technological improvement. Today, the government is trying, the government has brought up, for example, let's talk of the e-citizen. The government has brought up such forums so that it can help to monitor to monitor taxes on each and every business clearly. For example, the government is administering tax on the business according to the net worth of that business. For example, if a business has a net worth, let's say, of 1 million, the government is taxing that business according to its net worth. And then again, another thing that I would like to say is that the flexibility of the kind of the tax that we have in our country. The flexibility of the tax that we have makes it much possible so that it may be adopted in each and every kind of the enterprise. Whether the enterprise has grown, it's a big enterprise, or whether it's a small enterprise, or whether it's a medium enterprise. This is where the government is making sure that the tax that is being levied on each and every business according to the Tax Procedure Act of 2022 of Kenya, so that they may adopt clearly to the economy of Kenya. Allow me to invite the co-debater to continue from there. Thank you.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Patience Nanjala, and I would like to propose this motion in trying to say that the taxation policy in Kenya highly favors small and medium enterprises, in other words, SMEs. Number one point that I can propose is on the tax reforms that are there. The legislature put across the tax amendment bill in 2024, and in this bill, one of the contents was the tax amnesty extension. It tried to favor the small, medium enterprises by enabling them have an extension of time that they were supposed to pay their taxes. And in this period of time that they were supposed to pay their taxes, there were no penalties. Therefore, ensuring that the SMEs do not face the risk of paying taxes while they are not earning so much profit, therefore endangering the existence of their businesses. Two, there is the tax relief that applies to startup businesses. You see, the government tries to give the startup businesses, especially in sectors such as the agriculture and IT, a significant period of time in which they have in order to not, they pay their taxes, but at a lower rate, in order for them to be at a stable financial position. And in this stable financial position, they are able to rise up. So at the moment they gain their financial stability, they are able to pay their taxes fairly. Number three, it is the special attention that has been given to various sectors, especially, for example, in Kirinyaga County. We can see that there are small-scale farmers who especially practice the rice farming. Now, the moment the government tries to help them out when they try to give them subsidized fertilizers, and also send people in order to educate them on ways in which they can plant their rice, and not only planting their rice and how they can manage them, on how they can get high harvest, and in order for them to get a higher amount of profit. Thank you so much.
You donate it to us or you donate it to them? Donate to or you cannot. It's now. Us or to them. We have the position. At the time.
Distinguished judges and panelists, standing before you is Ibrahim Oro and the team leader for Team Japan. The esteemed bench is a bench that deals with facts and statistics. We cannot deal with prophecies and assumptions. On this matter, as a good learned friend and as a good researcher, we must ascertain the fact that we cannot premise our substratum. We cannot express the gist and the crux of our argument on assumptions. For this matter, I'd like to pinpoint the second proposal. She has said that the government has brought forth a bill that we have no uncertainty will pass, like the political wings of this government that has been misleading the country for ages. We have no uncertainty. That is prophecy and an allegation. I'd like to take off that logic by the logic of reasonableness. Moving on to my next point, I'd like to ascertain that a nation is governed by revenues. The revenues is the lifeblood. The revenue is the fertilizer that enriches the nation. Without the revenue, without tax systems that are efficient, certain certain, equitable, and tax systems that enable the common mwananchi to be able to proportionately pay the tax while taking into account the existing economic nature of the country, being a third world country, and the numerous employment trends. The government is misleading us. When we go and check the Bryce dictionary, the Bryce website expressly states that we should have what we call performance-based tax incentives. That means SMEs that perform, we tax them according to performance. The next thing is what we call tax green incentives. SMEs that promote climate justice. SMEs that promote effective climate resilient actions in conducting their businesses must be given tax incentives. In this matter and in the point, there is absolutely no substrata, there is absolutely no statistics, but a matter of literature. I submit for this honorable bench that we are here to deal with facts. I'd like to give the floor to my second co-debater to deal on the substrata of the point. Thank you very much.
Distinguished judges and members of the House, receive my greetings. I am Kelly Kinyua, second counsel for the opposers, and we are going to submit that Kenya's taxation policy is not adaptive enough to support SMEs during economic downturns. My first point is on high tax burdens of SMEs. Small businesses are paying the same taxes, the same to the large businesses. They are paying VAT 16%, they are paying turnover tax 3%, excess duty and business permits, making it difficult to survive economic downturn. According to Micro and Small Enterprises Act 2012, we understand that small and medium enterprises, they bring an annual turnover of 500 Kenyan thousand shillings and 5 million. So it is very much unfair for them to be taxed the same with the large businesses that bring a greater annual turnover. My second point is on introduction to new levies. Levies like the housing levy, like the digital tax. It is not fair to tax the small businesses and medium businesses these taxes because they strain them further. And then there's limited awareness and complexity in compliance. Many SMEs lack proper tax knowledge, and the tax system remains complex because we have no awareness. They have not been taught how to actually do it. A real life situation, the World Bank downgraded Kenya's economic growth estimate for 2024 to 4.7 from 4.7% to 5.0%, citing fiscal challenges and economic disruptions, and these would lead to significant implications to the small and medium enterprises. With that, I'm going to conclude citing the 4 canons of taxation by Adam Smith. He stated on the ability to pay principle that tax burden will be distributed among individuals according to their capacity to bear it. And with that, the opposers humbly submit. Rogers is going to submit on the rebuttals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished judges. To summarize our points, I'd like to put emphasis on the fact that for a country to be effectively governed, the government has to put what we call active public awareness across social media platforms. Just the other day, the sovereignty of the nation was tested when the government tried introducing high tax burdens on the finance bill. The evidence is plain on the paper. We lost our lives. Our constitutional rights were violated. We were tear gassed just for picketing under Article 37. Our rights were violated. That's for speaking out against the high tax burden. And right now, 3 months later, the proposals are trying to convince us that the government has put in advance effective public governance. Well, just the other day, there were numerous lives lost. That's propaganda. That is fallacy of the highest order to support an incompetent government. I'd like to raise my point. Thank you very much. My co-debater, I will do a rebuttal.
Audience, we are reminding you not to clap. You can snap your fingers or clap your feet. Please don't clap. Rebuttals, 3 minutes for rebuttals. As we said, 3 minutes. Please. Thank you. Because as you start.
Thank you you so much, Honorable Justices. Once again, for pass of record, I'm Cliff Rusana. I would like to answer the leading opposer of my co-debate on the opposing side. He has said that the government, the second opposer, that the government is trying to levy an heavy tax on the affordable housing, not forgetting that he has not been clearly acquainted with Section 30, with Section 30A of the Act Procedure, of the Taxes Procedure Act. That section allows for affordable housing relief shall and is extended according to the person's income. I would like to submit, Honorable Justices, that he only is claiming to be speaking facts and is trying to deceive the audience. I would therefore say that the opposing side should be well acquainted with the Tax Procedure Act of Kenya of 2022. Allow me to welcome the co-counsel to continue.
For the purposes of record, I'm Zakaria Maina, and I want to strongly oppose my learned friend here. He has said that on the issue of revenue, that you are dealing with literature and facts. My co-debaters here has well stated that with supporting various provisions of the law. How can you say that we are dealing with literature and facts? That is, I can't imagine my fellow learned friend can stand here with his two feet and say that we are dealing with facts and literature. No, we have supported our facts, our points with various provisions of the law, such as the Constitution of Kenya. Thank you very much. I would like to invite.
Once more, my name is Patience Nanjala. I would like to quote something that Narendra Modi said, that governance is not about power, it is about responsibility. Our Kenyan government, before it passes on any bill, any laws, it has to inform the public. It is enshrined in Article 10 of the Constitution in the matter of public participation in national value. So please, my opposer, do not tell me that the government has not involved us. It has. No. And that is everything. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, Honorable Judges. I respect you, I honor you. Good evening. Lex illusta non est lex. An unlawful law is not law. First of all, learned judges, allow me to say that it is pernicious, it is rapacious, it is avaricious, and it is most dangerous for research to be conducted on stage. You can see yourself. They were doing research. Allow me to rebut. First of all, they talked about the tax bill that was brought to Parliament in 2023. Let me tell you something. A bill is not an act, and a bill can face a presidential veto. It can be repealed, it can be revoked. So it is not necessarily that if a bill is proposed, it is automatically a law. Secondly, they talked about the issue of the tax reforms in Kenya being flexible. This is repugnant, my lord. This is uncooked because the flexibility issue comes in such that it leads to change of focus. You know, when something is subject to frequent changes, we lose the focus. We don't know where we are heading to. Secondly, it leads to perceived lack of structure, such that when we are frequently changing the tax reforms in the country, we are basically changing the basic doctrine, basic structure doctrine of the same. So we don't need to say it is flexible. Allow me to educate you, learned fellows. They talked about the farmers in Kirinyaga being taught on how to plant rice. Now that is Kirinyaga. Kenya, we have 47 counties. What have you done to my people in Siaya? What have you done to the people of Turkana? What have you done to the people of Moyale? They also pay taxes. Why are you only teaching people in Kirinyaga? Next. Next point. They talked about tax relief, my lord. They said that tax relief has been enhanced in Kenya to help deal with the tax issues in the country. Let me tell you, my lord, and I hope you will be convinced with this, my lord, that tax relief leads to reduced governance revenue. Hence, the management of some essential socio-economic factors such as health services become difficult. And also tax relief makes some companies and cooperatives to misuse the chance because they won't give proper, they won't give ultimate, they won't give good, they want to give good reasons for their taxes to be relieved, but they use that chance because it is provided by the law. As I conclude, let me say, Dura lex sed lex. The law is hard, but let us follow the law. Tax reforms did not consider public participation.
Audience, remember we don't clap, we snap all. So as the judges compile their thoughts, question to the opposers and the proposers. We'll start with the proposers. You have 30 seconds each to answer this question. Proposers, given that many SMEs operate informally, okay, and to avoid the heavy tax, given that many SMEs operate informally to avoid the heavy tax burden, what are your thoughts on the government finding an adaptive policy that focuses more on simplifying tax processes rather than short-term reliefs? Okay? And for the opposition, I would like to ask this question. If the current taxation policy is not adaptive enough, what specific reforms would you propose to make the system more supportive of SMEs? 30 seconds.
So, thank you so much, Honorable Judges. Thanks for that question. It's a good question. I would like to answer your question by the virtue of Section 42, Section 40 of the Tax Procedure Act of Kenya. So, I would like to say that the government has outlined a proper and a procedural structure on how the taxes are being conducted, on how the taxes are being levied in each and every kind of business. Therefore, in light of your questions, I would love to say...
Thank you. Time is up. Commission, please answer in 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. On the specific reforms, I'll be very straight to the point. Our tax reforms have mainly been centered around ensuring that the political, the elite, get more money into their pockets, so that they ensure that they collect as much money as possible and embezzle them. And on my recommendation to this matter, I'd urge the government to ensure that they leave tax matters to tax experts who will deal with the tax matters and reform tax matters, taking into consideration the literacy of economists and the expertise of tax experts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, as a very noble thing to win debates, you guys will check each other's hands as we leave the stage. Very interesting. Let's appreciate them by let's snap your picture. Thank you very much. The stage. Work well done.
That was intense, right? Yes, that was intense. Yeah. So as the judges continue piling, I would request, within our presence we have Foundation of Tourism Institute. I would request the representatives to kindly come forth. They also have some small thing for us. Yeah, this is one of the sponsors of the event. It is a company, traveling company that, let me say, has been born in Chuka. So I will allow them to give, it is usually a big body also, but they've sent a representative. Sasa. Thank you very much.
Greetings to all, standing on already established protocol. My name is Robert Sweta, representing Foundation of Tourism Institute, that was established in Chuka. And I have my colleague here, Naomi, who will briefly explain how Foundation of Tourism Institute are partnering with students in Chuka. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is a second-year tourism student pursuing tourism management. It's both an honor and a privilege to stand in front of you and talk about foundations of Tourism Institute. It was established in Chuka to bridge the gap between classroom knowledge and industry practice. It empowers students and graduates to create and manage tourism packages. We are here courtesy of Vincent Okot, the chairman of EconStat, who is also our host in our institute. Forty not only focuses on tourism, but also partners with other disciplines. For example, we partner with journalism, who help us in video editing and camera. We also partner with computer science students who help us in the development and management of our website. And if you'd like to learn more about 40, you're welcome. We meet at this venue every Saturday at 2 p.m. and you're welcome to join us. We are so glad to be in your presence today. We've learned valuable things about the motion that good governance does what? As a student from tourism, I support the motion, and I believe that without good governance, the tourism sector can also suffer from issues like corruption, poor infrastructure, and other issues. And also request from you, if in case we come up with such an event as 40 students, you're welcome to join us. Thank you.
Yes, I'm also the ambassador of 40, and in all our social media platforms, you can find us on Foundation of Tourism Institute. Also, allow me to break down to you that there is a package that we are going to Giraffe Center. It's more of a lottery where you register by 100 shillings. There will be a randomization that will be taking place on the 29th of this month. So through paying 100 shillings, you might get a chance of being fully sponsored to Giraffe Center. So for more information concerning the same, you can try and reach out to the 40 representative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next semi-final two, Phoenix vs. Tharaka 3. Please. Please come on stage. We are saying Phoenix, please come. Nyaka 3. Felix. Alright, you're going to debate on the motion number 5. Is Kenya's taxation policy adaptive enough to support small and medium-sized enterprises during an economic downturn? Do you have the motion prior? Do you have the motion prior? Do you have the motion prior? Yes? Do you have the motion prior? You don't have the motion prior. Did you receive the motion prior? You did not. Are you sure? Are you sure? Did you receive the motion prior? The motion is number 5. Topics of discussion in the concept note. Motion number 5. Did you receive it? Yes? You sure? Alright, let me confirm. Do you receive it again? Okay. So propose. Ladies and gentlemen, they've decided naturally they want to propose and they want to propose. Is that so? Alright, we'll request the proposition to come on the right side of the adjudicator and the opposition to go on the left side of the adjudicators.
Very much. The position if we start with you, please do 30 seconds of telling us who you are by names. The position you can start.
My name is Fred.
Good evening. My name is Rehema Njali.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christopher Maudu.
Good evening, I'm Faith Kwamboka.
Good afternoon. My name is Mushanga Kiraku.
Hello. My name is Onyango Monica.
Hi, I'm Anne Mutami.
Helen Rarin. I'm Helen Rarin.
Good evening. I'm Mugeni Boniface.
Good evening. I'm Ouma Collins.
Thank you very much. Let's remain silent. So we'll start with the opposition. You have 6 minutes to bring about your points and you can start.
If it moves, tax it. If it keeps moving, regulate it. If it stops, then subsidize it. My name is Fred Mutua. Honorable Speaker, I stand here to propose the motion. I call your attention, Honorable Speaker, that the government has demonstrated flexibility by adjusting the turnover tax rates for the small and medium enterprises. According to the report by the KRA, in the 2022, the rate was reduced from 3% to 1% for the businesses in the turnover tax rate. And however, also in the 2023, we saw that the turnover tax rate was also raised from 1% to 3%, while decreasing the upper threshold to 25 million for the turnover taxes. This adjustment shows responsiveness to the economy conditions. Therefore, that which is clear is submitted in a very brief manner. Thank you, Amos again.
Good evening, members. My name is Rehema Njage, second opposer. And everyone, we were here last week. You get out and you're like, is that rain? Oh my God, let me get an umbrella. The same way that when we face economic turndowns, that we ought to protect ourselves on with these economic turndowns, that the government has expressed flexibility. For example, in 2020, when we faced the corona breakdown, the VAT was reduced from 16% to 14% according to the KRA. And I want to recognize the national policies that have entrusted and have given policies on how to give and how to flexibilize this tax on SMEs. So I'm going to propose, and I agree with the government, that the tax policies are adaptive for SMEs. Thank you.
Good evening. People hear taxes and they're like, oh my God, stop. But Oliver Wendell said that taxes are the price we need to pay for a civil society, and we all need a civil society to thrive. I am here to the bench of judges. My name is Christopher Maundu. We are here to propose the taxation motion. I am here to state that tax incentives help our country to gain the taxes they need to move our society forward. According to the Tax Amendment Act, the tax and the cooperative income tax was reduced from 30% to 25%, enabling companies to save amidst their tragedies, amidst the expensive amount of infrastructure they have to pay for. Thank you. Let me welcome the next presenter.
Ronald Reagan once said, if they can't see the light, make them feel the heat. Honorable Bench, my name is Faith Kwamboka, proposing the motion. The government has put in place measures to protect SMEs from tax turndowns during harsh economic times. These measures include tax deductions, tax credits, and tax exemptions. These tax incentives aid the SMEs to cope with harsh economic times. For example, as my previous proposer said, during the year 2020, the third tax incentive was applied where the SMEs were exempted from paying tax. We hence support that the government has put measures to protect these SMEs during harsh economic times. It is only up to these businesses to recognize and be made aware of these tax incentives that are available to them and to make use of them. I welcome the last proposer to finish our submission.
Honorable Bench, distinguished audience. A good soldier loads his wagons in times of war. And we are here to produce statistics, solutions, and equally knowledge. Knowledge which the opposers will literally use to oppose this particular motion. My name is Moshanga Kiragu. The exemption of the SMEs who earn below 1 million shillings clearly depicts flexibility that the government has actually shown towards SMEs. The exemption of people who are in small businesses from paying gross turnover tax has shown the goodwill of the government in trying to ensure that it is sustainable on the SMEs. The SMEs are part of the economy, part and parcel of the economy, and they drive the biggest percentage and the biggest chunk of the GDP in the economy. And if we are not flexible enough, then they will suffer. Good governance equally kicks in to ensuring that SMEs are included. Public participation is part and parcel of Article 10 of our robust Constitution 2010. And Article 10 clearly depicts under subsection 4 that the public has to be involved when it comes to these taxes. Information relay is also key. So government has been relaying this information to ensure an all-inclusive society. Ladies and gentlemen, taxes are the lifeblood of any government. Without taxes, we cannot have development. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Opposition, your 6 minutes starts now.
Okay, thank you. I'll oppose the motion, and first I'll start by asking the proposer side. We've talked about tax relief, especially the COVID-19 pandemic.
for an SMEs to operate, they need time. They need a time to grow. Business, you can't start business today and tomorrow you expect it to grow. So the government keep on shifting. Today there is tax relief. Tomorrow they want to generate revenue. Like the Corona pandemic, there was a tax relief, but 2023 they wanted to get or to generate revenue of 2.8 trillion from the SMEs. So how long do you give these SMEs time to grow? My second is inconsistent government policy. Government policy keep on shifting. Today there is this, tomorrow there is that. So how do you want these SMEs to cope up with the government policy shifting? The last one is impact on employment, especially job, the taxation, the taxation policy in Kenya do cause job losses in MSC sectors. For example, when there is tax increases, as these small and medium businesses struggle to raise this revenue for the government, they lay out some workforce from their businesses, and this leads to job losses. So if you are talking about the tax revenue, the taxation, oh, thank you. So, honorable judges, I'm standing before you to oppose my fellow debaters. First of all, I want to ask you a question. You just stated that the Kenyan government is exempting those who are earning below 1 million Kenyan shillings. But I want to ask you a question. According to the Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics of 2019, 30% of those who are contributing to the workforce are those who are from SMIs. So how is that possible that you are telling us, or even how is the government able to operate if they are not taxing those people? Additionally, there is a lot of burden compliance. The cost burden compliance, according to the International Monetary Funds of 2021, you find that those who are 30% of those who are the SMI contributing to the taxation process, while the larger corporations are rating at 10%. So how can you stand before us and propose that motion while those small and medium-sized enterprises are suffering more than the larger corporation in Kenya?
Honorable judges, I'm here to oppose the motion about the taxes. And the point to support my opposition is there's a high tax burden. In Kenya, multiple taxes increase operational costs, reducing profitability and hindering the survival of SMEs during economic downturns. A study found that tax rates and tax policies have a significant negative effect on SMEs' performance, with a weak negative relations between tax rates and SME performance. There's limited awareness and tax benefits. Lack of awareness about available taxes incentives linked to underutilization, reducing their effectiveness in supporting SMEs. Studies have shown that many SMEs are unaware of tax incentives, leading to low uptake and minimal impact on their operation. That is from the KRA. There's harsh tax enforcement. Aggressive tax collection during downturns can lead to businesses closures, increasing unemployment and reducing overall tax revenues in the long term. There is evidence that aggressive tax enforcement has led to the closure of SMEs through specific statistics on closures during tax enforcement. They are limited. And on the turnover taxes, it is unfavorable for the turnover taxes for low profit businesses because they do not account for profitability, potential of abandoning low margin businesses and discouraging growth. Thank you.
Anne, and I'm here to oppose the motion, and I've got 2 points. The first point is 50% of the people
that are working now are not registered under the government taxation. So I've got this question: how will the government get them? Where will they get the tax from if they won't tax the 50% who are not registered under the government? The next is they lack awareness about the how will they generate or how will they benefit from the tax if there is no awareness. If the government won't make them aware or won't make awareness to the SMSs, how will they get to know that they can benefit from them? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are going to have rebuttals in 3 minutes for each. We will, thank you for setting the time, 3 minutes. Yes. We'll start with the proposition side.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thought that at first their points were important and detailed. But the important part is not detailed, and the detailed part is not important. Speaking about the government policy shift, I've clearly demonstrated how the government is flexible in accordance with the turnover tax rates, where the turnover tax rates have been in 2022, according to KRA, have been shifting from 1% to 3%, and even in 2023, in the Finance Act, have also shifted from 3% to 1%. The other submission is by my fellow learned friend, whom at first her submissions are already dead on arrival. They lack clarity and focus. What I can speak, she's saying that what happens to these people who are, she's speaking about 90% of people below 1 million. When the economy is dry, there is what is called the expansion of the tax base, whereby we involve the informal part of the economy to the formal sector of the economy. This is done so that we can enable the flow of the cash flow and that we can raise more taxes to enhance the growth of our economy. I'm most obliged.
Once more, my name is Christopher Maundu. Benjamin Franklin said that the only thing we are certain about is death and taxation. The first opposer said that the SMEs need more time, and to them that's the right thing. But there's a shelf life to doing the right thing, and if you wait too long, it's just wrong. Otherwise, alternatively, the SMEs would view taxation as a means of supporting their business mechanism. Instead of a death to their business, it would help the government. This would enable the government to help the SMEs in their business. Alternatively, it would help them and improve the SMEs' functions. But then they would say they need more time, and then they won't put any effort. And that's when the empty debtors would go to the streets saying that the government is incompetent, when alternatively, the incompetence is in their movement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very much for the proposition. You have 3 minutes for rebuttals.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Ouma Collins. My first concern goes to the proposal side. They have talked of the SMEs being exempted from taxation. As we all know that the main aim of the current government is to increase the tax revenue. Can you please elaborate more which statistics you are using to say that there is no that the SMEs has been exempted from taxation? My second concern goes to the still on the issue of tax exemption, the issue of SHA and housing levy. There's no one that has been exempted in the two levies as per now. Thank you.
Still have some time. Do you want to donate it? Position, do you want to donate your time? All right. So I'll just quickly please answer these questions within 30 seconds. One for the proposition. The proposition, I have a question for you. Kenya's tax system has been criticized for mostly its complexity, high compliance costs, right? Especially for SMEs, now that you're talking for SMEs. Can you then provide us with concrete evidence concrete evidence of specific tax measures that have directly eased these burdens now or during past economic downturns? Okay? Opposition, there's a very simple question here. Kenya has introduced measures like tax relief and reduced turnover tax for SMEs especially during economic downturn. So my question therefore is, can you convincingly argue why these initiatives are not sufficient? So we'll start with the proposition. Our 30 seconds should start now.
Thank you, Honorable Judge, for that very valid question and important one for that matter. I'll say for a fact, indeed, the Kenyan tax system is very complex to understand, and that's why the government has input measures to inform, actually to relay the information to the public. On the tax reliefs, it's upon and incumbent upon the SMEs to equally learn from whatever existing laws that are there. E.g., we had a downturn in the COVID-19. The economic policy that was actually implemented, the tax policy that was implemented, was giving a relief for those who are earning below 24,000 to not actually pay tax. Second relief came in during the tough economic times. I can't remember. Okay.
Thank you very much. Proposition.
Thank you once again. The first measure is that government should improve in the consistent of government policy, whereby there should be no shift every time, shift of taxation, shift of government revenue every time. The second one is that every business should pay tax according to their capability. The medium one should pay tax according to their capability, the small ones, unlike others that the small ones pay tax at the same to the ones with the manufacturing industry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate our two teams here. Thank you. Thank you for taking part in this debate. We are now going to proceed to the finals in just a bit, but as it is customary, please, you can shake each other's hand as a sign and gesture of goodwill and good governance in the future. Let's proceed as you wish. Very much. At this point in time, we will move on to the finals in the next 5 minutes. The panel of adjudicators are going to step out just for 3-5 minutes, consolidate, then come back. The final motion is going to be an impromptu motion, so be prepared to think and think through briefly before we carry on. Thank you very much, please. That is before any announcement.
my people. What is happening? Are we okay? Huh? Watu wamechemkiwa na vitu vichemkiwa, si ndio? Watu wenyewe unajua wenyewe wamekuwa hapa, Jaba walikuwa hapa, si ndio? Na by the way Jaba ni Jaba ama ni Jaba? Ni? Unajua kwa mlima si Jaba, si Jaba. Like Shaba nini? Shaba. Tunatia Shaba. Unajua kutia ile Shaba ya high school? Shada. Yes, thank you. You are economist. Yeah, that's why you know these things. Shada kwa Jaba ya kusema mtu Jaba. Mtu strong, mtu hawezi mtoa hapo. Tunaiweka kwa Jaba. Unaona? Unaweka hapo kwa Jaba. Lakini sasa kuna hawa wanakaa kama ni Jaba. Ni Jaba hii Jaba. Hawa ni Jaba gani? Wako wapi hawa watu wa Jaba? Jaba wako pale nyuma. Jaba nyinyi ni gani? Ni ya hivi ama ni Jaba? Ni ya kuchana, si ndio? Unaona sasa acha tujue ukweli. Mbona mnatumia majina zingine? Sasa jina Jaba inaweza wapeleka mbali hata kama mmefika hapa. Si mlisikia former president alikuwa hadi international. Kwa nini mlijiita Jaba? Wengine walikuwa wamejiita aje? Transformer wamekuja ama walibaki tu. Walikuwa they were important but they were not. Tuliambiwa. Ndio kuna mtu amekuja hapa akasema we thought they are relevant and important. What was relevant is not important. Transformer walibaki ama waliendelea kwa hii semifinal? Transformer walikuwa transformed. Walikuja hawajakuwa, si ndio? So they were very important and were they relevant? They were very important and very relevant. Hao wengine walikuwa wanaitwa wakili. Wakili ni hao mawakili walikuwa hapa. Si nyinyi ni kina nani? Phoenix, mtaenda mbali. Hiyo ni jina inatisha. Hata mimi sijui inamaanisha nini. Phoenix ama ni finish? Ni Phoenix. It is all the best to you people. I'm really enjoying. Nimekaa tu hapa. Nasikia mkisema vitu mzuri. Unasema that is. Kuna mtu amesimama hapa akasimama hivi. Mmemwona? Akasema honorable judges, my lord, that is delicious, that is Mauritius, that is malicious, it is uncooked. Akasema, are you not palatable? Mmemsikia? Hey, Kizungu, natuliambiwa, don't care what you are saying, just say it. Ona hizo majina zote ukiziangalia hata hatuwezi kumbuka, si ndio? Kwa sababu si majina zenye ziko za kutisha hapa. My lord wako wapi? My lord alikuja wakaambiwa, my lord, I hope you will believe me, my lord. Akaambiwa delicious. Alafu akaambiwa my learned friend, I want to educate you. Kutisha tu mbogi, but it is well. Sasa hao wenye watakuja next, mbona vitu watu wanafanya? Kuja hapa, jitungie Kizungu. Hii ni final, sawa. Tunga Kizungu yako. Okay. Group za Tharaka University. Jitungieni Kizungu. Sawa. Kizungu si hata watu ndio walianza kuiongea. True or not true? I have a gift for somebody. How many of us are ready for a gift? Na ngapi wanajua Zaire Gadget? Zaire Gadget. Yeah, I see very many people who know Zaire Gadget. Hata mimi najua tengenezea laptop na jizimia microphone. Washaitengenezea laptop. My question is, I really have a big gift. Nataka kuangalia. Unajua watu warembo, fine boy wanakaa kama wako na idea, hawajuangi vitu. Fine girls wanakaa kama wanajua. Ona watu wanakuwa wamekauka sura, hao watu wanakuwa na knowledge. Si mbona watu wanakuja debate hapa? Wenye wanaflourish ni wakani? Ni masura mzuri ama ni wale ni wakani? Ni wakani? Ati hivi ni wakani? Ni wakani, ndio? Masura mzuri, mtu Mungu hawezi kupatia sura mzuri na kupatia hizo vitu zingine. Sisi ndio tuko lucky. So my first question is, nani anajua mwenye anakwanga amelead Zaire Gadget Chuka chapter? ya huyo kiongozi. Watu wa masura zenu, yeah, you can raise up your hands, you know. Kama wewe ni mrembo utulie tu, hata mimi sijui. Nani anajua nani ameongoza Chuka Zaire Gadgets? Mnapigianga nani simu? Mimi nakumbuka nilipiga ile simu ilikuwa ile namba ilikuwa hiyo. Actually laptop yangu ilikuwa imeharibika alafu nikapata kitu hapo. Mimi is the Lord. Nani anajua mtu? That I gift. Tuwaonyeshe tusiwaonyeshe. Tuwaonyeshe. Hizi vitu actually zilikuwa za hawa watu. Nani anajua cha wanini wa Zaire Gadgets? Unajua? Anaitwa who?
Robert Thuo.
Acha kusema majina zote ndio umeanguka bwana. Ni Robert Thuo. Who's Robert Thuo? Robert Agava. Hakuna Robert Thuo, my sister Pole. But si Robert Thuo. Na unamjua majina zote? Si Robert Thuo. Yes, useme jina moja ndio at least tukwambie kama utaendelea. Yes? Eric Hu. Sasa nilikuwa nimconfirmie. Kama mtu wrong anajua majina yote ya mtu mwenye sio ukweli na mtu si mnapaswa kuwa mnajua tia majina zake ndio wali anaishi. Yeah, his name is Eric. Yes. Eric Zaire Gadgets. You can appreciate this beautiful lady. Sasa huyu beautiful lady ni beautiful kweli. Hebu simama watu wakuone na umejua. Kumbe beautiful ladies wanakuanga na content. It is well. Let me give. Unataka kumpatia? Hata huyo anapatiwa. This is taxation. This is taxation. Hakujieni basi. Hata muongee mfanye makosa. Kila mtu ako na makosa. Hata mtu wa makosa anapewa tu. So hivyo tusifikirie. Nikiuliza swali lingine usifikirie, unasema tu. Sawa sawa. I want somebody who will give me senior tano waitwa iko. Karibu dada. Kuja mtu wa Robert Thuo Maina. Kuja. Mtu wa kamera hapo hapo. Mnadanganywa huku. Huyu amesema amedanganywa na lecturer. Kumbe hata watu ni vile tunawatuuliza kama ni sisi tungekuwa tunauliza maswali ungekuwa naanguka vibaya. Wangekuwa naanguka vibaya tunawahurumia, si ndio? My next question is I want somebody who will give me 5 names of lecturers wa icon. Watano tu. Ati wapi? Sasa wadaraka si mtasiwambia wa lecturer wenye hata hawako. Ama watano ni wengi, watano ni wadogo. Wataja wangapi? 10. Wanaweza kuwa wamefika 10. Sawa, 10. Na hiyo si kizungu, sikuje kuguess. Haya, mtu wa kwanza ako wapi? Ya kama ndugu yangu. 5. Haya. Kuja. Nipate watu wengine kama watatu hivi. Bora usimention watatu wenye wametajwa. Unaweza mention wawili. I love the confidence. Msitaje mwalimu ameretire. Si ndio? Huyo aachwe aende. Kama mwalimu ameretire, aachwe aende. Yes. Ati kama ni watano. Sasa huyu ndio amesikia hata watu wenye wameamuka wanapatiwa wamekuja. Haya, sema watano basi.
Okay, good evening. My name is Abdullah.
No, this is what we're going to do ndio itikue fan, si ndio? Watapata wajiintroduce alafu wako wanasema jina moja back to back, si ndio? Back to back. Hadi waishe, si ndio? Na mwalimu ukisahauliwa sio sisi. Ni either wewe unafunzanga watu wanasahau ama hukusema jina ama watu hawakujui, si ndio? Yeah, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Lev Dolo, a fourth-year student pursuing economics and statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1.
Acha kwanza introduce. Akona microphone. Evening.
My name is Sylvia. Pursuing the Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Geography.
Nyote ni mafaudhia, si ndio? Si lazima wakuwa kuna content. Yeah. So our judges, this is what we have decided. These people are going to mention the names of lecturers or icon. hadi waishe wote. So muombe Mungu kama wewe ni lecturer utajwe mahali. It is very necessary. Tunajua mimi kama counselor najua it can be very traumatizing mtu akofobia na ajui jina yako. Yeah. Tuombe ma lecturer yetu tunapenda watajwe, si ndio? Haya, on to your marks, get set, go.
Lenity Mugendi. Kenneth Kibundu.
Lenity ni wawili. Oh, okay.
Makena. Lilian Makena.
Madam Miriam Tuo.
Elizabeth Jill.
Mr. Nelson Torres.
Makosa sasa.
Mr. Kamaku.
Kamaku, endeleeni. Kuna nani hapa Kinoge? Simwangalie watu, read. Munaambia huko Douglas Wanjo. Wameisha na mkofodhia Suleiman, Mr. Suleiman.
Rezi na Bea.
Kumbe mnaenjoy kusikia hiyo majina.
Dr. Mito.
Wameisha nyinyi watu? Hawajaisha? Na si mlikataa kukuja hapa? Endeleeni, acha wang'ang'ane. Na nyinyi mtulie hapo na idea zenu. Oh yeah. Tuachane nao, si ndio? Hawa ni 4 years wako na project. Wanaangalia nini? Is that cumulative? Si ndio? Tatu hizi za kuwapatia stress. Hapo you can appreciate it. Niwaletee tu vitu tuwavae tu. Tutoke na vitu tuachuka university. Mtu ni tu Zaiwe gadget. Mtu wa kamera. Simtoe hata simu zenu mpige hizi picha. You don't think that these pictures are necessary? Yeah. Utaulizwa na tali yako ulikuwa wapi na Uje nikupatie anko. Ono brother ni vile hakupatiwa chance ya unasikia vile anaona vile anaweka smile yake constant. And we can appreciate them. Sasa majina zenye mlijiita ndio zinakuja sasa kufanya kazi. Tuna transformer walianguka, si ndio? Tulibaki na kina nani? Jaba walianguka pia. Jaba is still standing. Jaba bado kameshika. Jaba kameshika. Tuone kama wataenda next level. Sasa hii ni finali. Sasa hapa ni the who's and who's. Wenye tumefika hapa tuambie aje good job, si ndio? Wenye wamebaki, you are not losers, just that you are not winners too. You are also not winners, si ndio? Si ndio? Yes, you cannot be winners, but we don't want to call you losers, si ndio? So we can appreciate the one who is coordinating them. We can appreciate him, tafadhali.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, MC Monica. I think you're progressing on well. With the interest of time, the adjudicators are reserving their comments for the tail end. But as for this time and moment, we want to give us the results of the semi-finals. But before we do so, the motion of the final debate is good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. We are basically debating the theme as the final motion. That is the motion of the final. So the semis were very hotly contested, and we appreciate all the efforts and the temperature that it has come with. Most importantly, understand what you're coming to say. And I think I may just hint one or two things. None of us, from the preliminaries to now, no one has introduced the motion they're debating. It is very, very important that the first person from either side, you introduce the motion as it favors you. When you debate up, as you go internationally, you'll see that this is, in fact, during one of my times that I was debating, I failed to do the motion and I was given a 0. So they presume you don't know what you're debating, you're just saying things for the sake. So it's very, very important. So the first semi-finals, we had Jaba team as the opposers and the Wakili team as the proposers. After analysis by the adjudicators, we found that proposition team, that is Wakili, had 64.2% on average. Opposition team, that is Jaba, had 71.4 on average. So the Jaba team, as I speak, please come on stage. You've qualified, you're our semi-finalists. You're finalist number 1. Please come on stage. Semi-finals number 2, we had Taraka. Alright, just put the music as the Jaba. Please hurry, Jaba. Let's appreciate them as shares on border there is. We appreciate the terminologies that it brings with it. Semi-finals number 2, we had Taraka 3 as the opposition and Phoenix as the proposition. After the analysis by the adjudicators and coming to an average tally, we found out that Taraka has 65.78 on average, and Phoenix has 69.62 on average. So, permit me to invite Phoenix on stage. So I think in the interest of time, we're going to give you just a few minutes to collect your thoughts. Just a few minutes, three or thereabout minutes. But before you do so, we're going to know which side is going to do what and which side is going to oppose or oppose. So again, voluntarily, do you want to oppose or oppose the motion? Oppose. Do you want to oppose or propose? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, they both want to propose, so we will go the coin way. Remember, our motion is, it is a theme, but you're using it as a motion. Good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. So, borrow the coin. Okay. Okay. Alright, just collect your thoughts first. Collect your thoughts. We'll toss the coin at 17:09 hours. Let's collect your thoughts. We'll toss the coin in 2 minutes. head proposers. So we all know. So, okay. So we pick side.
Top or down?
Down. Top down. 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 Okay. So does it follow? We're going to propose. Propose. We're going to propose. We are going to propose. Alright, so we already have a side. They're going to propose. They're seated rightly where the proposers are, and they're going to oppose. So they're seated rightly where the opposers are. Vincent, can I request your help in taking the chairs that are, no, you and your team, you can delegate the chairs that are, so that we have a very, very interesting and active debate. Alright, okay. Are we good to go? So we start in a minute. We're only waiting for our dean to come and exactly join us here. And we'll be happy to start. We are waiting for you to be seated here so that we start the final motion. We want you to feel the heat from the front.
Oh.
So if the obnoxious embody they hit you. Alright, so again for clarity, opposition and proposition. For clarity, our motion is good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. Good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. The opposition, you will go against the motion. The proposition, you will support the motion. You are the government, and they are definitely the opposition. And definitely we'll start with opposition. We all have a group time of 6 minutes cumulatively, and 3 minutes will be for rebuttals. So once we start, we will start. Once our timer is up, we will be happy. So just do another round of introduction in a minute.
Good evening.
Don't start the timer, just let's do the introduction, then we'll start the timer.
Good evening. My name is Moshanga Kiragu, the first proposer.
Good evening. My name is Fred Mutu.
Good evening, my name is Christopher Maum.
Good evening, Rehema Njagi.
Good evening. My name is Faith Kwamboka.
Distinguished judges, my name is Ibrahim Oro.
Greetings, my name is Kelly Kinyo.
I dignify your dignity, Rogers Osuna Onyango.
Thank you very much. Our dignity is well dignified. We'll be happy to start right now for proposition you have it.
Distinguished judges, lovely audience, once again my name is Moshanga Kiragu, and I stand here to strongly propose and support this motion that indeed good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. Quickly to the definition of terms, good governance. Good governance stands for integrity, integrity in motion. Backbone stands for what holds this integrity together. And effective simply means something that is actually right or can be realized, or something that is really good. When we talk about policy, we're talking about a course of principle of action that is adopted by an organization or government. And when we talk about implementation, it is the mode of execution. Ladies and gentlemen, clearly, good governance is entrenched in our robust constitution. When we look at our constitution, Article 1 simply denotes the sovereignty of the people. In limine, or at the threshold, the people are sovereign and they have to be included in governance to ensure that we have effective policy implementation. Public participation kicks in under Article 10 of our robust constitution, that people must be inquired of their views, and they must give their views, and they must be at the table represented. EACC, that's where integrity comes in. Article 79 of our robust constitution equally mandates the EACC to be the watchdog to ensure that people actually implement policy effectively. All these are entrenched in our constitution, needless to mention the Bill of Rights, needless to mention Article 43 that guarantees the social and economic rights, needless to mention Article 201 that gives the principles of good taxation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are presenting to you, good governance. And we shall present the various government projects that have actually shown us how effective governance can help us in achieving a better society, in achieving effective policy implementation. That said, I'd love to rest my case and yield the floor to the second proposer.
That which is clear is stated in a very brief manner. Honorable Speaker, my name is Fred Mutua, and I stand here to propose the motion on good governance, and I will speak about the rule of law. In the rule of law, there ought to be the separation of powers. We know that the government is made by the three arms of the government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. In the legislature is involved in the making of laws. In the legislature, you find at times that there's the independence, where the legislature is working under control maybe of the executive, and also the separation between the minority and also the majority. We ought to advocate for the independence in the legislature, where it works independently, and this is pursuant to the Chapter 8 of the Constitution. In the implementation, the executive ought to work independently without any control to advocate for the good governance to the people. Also, the judiciary ought to also play their part in the implementation of the good governance. That which is clear is stated in a very brief manner. Thank you, I'm most obliged.
Good policies poorly implemented and merely good intentions wasted. My name is Faith Kamoka, proposing the motion, supporting the motion. Without good governance, the policies will not be implemented at all. This is because for policies to be implemented, there must be established trust between the people and the government. And a good example is in the county of Kiambu, where the county government aimed to propose new taxes as given to them by Article 209, which grants them permission to implement taxes on various grounds such as entertainment. However, the citizens did not accept this policy, and hence it could not be implemented, since there was no established trust and legitimacy by the government to the people. Hence, for policies to be implemented, there must be effective good governance that has to be established. I welcome the next proposal.
Look at how we have bills every day. You have to take care of your food, water. Hence, you have to manage the resources that you have. My name is Rehema Njage, and I'm here to propose that good governance is the backbone. When you look at resource allocation and management, government has policies that looks at government allocation and resource management into health, into education, and they always ensure that these funds are managed effectively And also, when we employ stakeholders, training more stakeholders so that they can continue managing these functions of the government. So, being good governance, having these policies, it helps us as the backbone, as a spine to hold good governance that is the backbone of implementation. I'd like to end it there.
Yes, distinguished judge, we donate our remaining time to the bench. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my esteemed proposer, my esteemed opponent, but there's no time to donate. Judges, very fast, I'd like to, first of all, vehemently oppose this motion on the following grounds. A clean house keeps away the flies. But what about the muddy waters and the uncleared bushes beside the house? Inasmuch as we are saying that good governance is the backbone for effective policy implementations, there have been cases where there has been effective policy implementations even in weaker governance systems. For example, China, Russia, and South Korea. Even in government systems that are of the nature of dictatorship, including Russia, there has been effective policy implementations. Your car cannot run without fuel. You cannot effect proper and effective policy implementation without resources. You cannot effect effective governance systems without literacy levels and people who understand the needs of the people. You cannot effect proper governance systems when your country is in turmoil and insecurity is an issue. You cannot effect effective public governance when every time you are worrying about your product in the south and Al-Shabaab is attacking you. It is a matter of logic. We do not contest the fact that good governance is one of the pillars for ensuring effective policy implementation, but it is not the backbone. We can agree that there are leaders who can lead this great country. There are people who can, but however, take the resources, take away the technological advancements, and what you lead? Insecurity in the country. Every time you are worrying about civil unrest and such, where will you get the time to ensure proper governance systems? Lastly, there is the issue of social contract. The social contract theory also ensures even where there is poor governance, citizens can demonstrate. If there is poor governance, citizens have the right to picket, Article 37. Citizens have the right to petition in the court. Citizens can approach any court under Article 23 if their rights and fundamental freedoms are violated. So, good governance is one of the factors, but it is not the backbone for ensuring effective policy implementation. Thank you very much, Mr. Judge.
Distinguished judges and members of the House, I am Kelly Kinyua, opposing the motion, good governance is the backbone of effective policy implementation. So my first point is on bureaucracy in good governance can slow policy implementation. Yes, the governance can be okay, but the bureaucracies can lead to slow policy implementation. Say for example, the matter of HELB. HELB was delayed because the Finance Act was delayed in being acted. My second point is going to fall under economic resources, not governance, determine policy access. For example, the matter of, this was a policy that was passed way ago, the matter of plastic bags. Today, you're going to also find a plastic bag, but why are we still seeing these plastic bags till date? Because there's not enough economic resources. If there was enough economic resources, there could be the khaki bags. So many well-governed countries, but underfunded, they face policy implementation challenges. So while the proponents argue that good governance ensures transparency, it ensures public participation, we submit as the opposers that policies can succeed can succeed depending on financial resources, political will, and leadership. Also, my third point is going to fall under effective policy implementation. It can occur despite weak governance. Some policies succeed even in countries with governance challenges due to strong enforcement mechanisms. And with that, the opposers humbly submit. Thank you.
Very much. You donate the remaining time?
Thank you very much, distinguished judge. On this issue, I'd like to add that our fellow debaters seem to have veered off the topic. They seem to have crashed by the side of the road and left the topic by the highway. We are talking about principles of good governance and means of ensuring effective policy implementations. We are not here to be lectured about separation of powers and independence of the judiciary nor the legislature. We are never here first a lead council to be lectured about the principles of good taxation. Kindly stay on the topic, and we are not donating our time to you. Thank you very much.
I hope you're donating it to the bank.
Yes.
Not to them.
Not to them.
Very much. We are going to step into the rebuttals, and we are going to give the proposition 3 minutes to do the rebuttals.
Good evening once more. My name is Christopher Mondi once again. The opposition touched on resources, Russia this, West Africa that, but without good governance, resources are merely wasted. They also, the first opposer also said that Russia has a dictatorship, and that is his way of saying that is poor governance. But let me educate him that there's a difference between poor governance and extreme governance. I have limited knowledge on history, but in my knowledge, I know that in the period of Hitler, that period was massive and it was extreme, it was bad. But in the same period, there were extreme scientific enhancements, there were extreme political enhancements, and that was because of Hitler's good governance, though extreme and caused a lot of death, but the governance itself was extreme and it was good. Thank you. I'd like to welcome the next presenter.
Indeed. Opposers, kindly stay clear of talking about poor governance in light of Article 37. Article 37 is there as a checker for good governance. Again, opposers, please stay clear of misguiding the audience and misguiding this particular bench of judges by stating that help was delayed because, I don't know, finances. No, help was delayed because of a court order that was there. I'll refer you to the court order that was there on the October 22nd, 2024. Please read your facts. When we talk about effective governance, we talk about SHA. We talk about Section 35 of the SHA Act, the Social Health Authority Act, that ensures people with diseases, people with chronic illnesses are taken care of. Actually, when they go to the hospitals and it is identified it is a chronic illness, say cancer, there is already an established agency that is giving an emergency fund. So that clearly shows you that good governance is actually the backbone of effective policy implementation. When we have, for example, the Primary Healthcare Authority that was actually imputed by the President, His Excellency, this year, coming into play for any person who is treated in the dispensary, that speaks to good governance. So if you don't have good governance, then it means SHA will not work. People will die out of illnesses. So please stay clear. And if you can't beat them, just join them. Just join us. We are ready to accommodate you. Our House of Good Governance is ready to accommodate you. And it's big enough to ensure that you will not talk about China, you will not talk about Russia for lacking statistics that touch on the normal Kenyan person. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I can now explain where the name Java came from. Anyway, Mr. Speaker, they have accused us of explaining about the rule of law and quoting how the law should be obeyed and how the law ought to be respected. My friend quotes that, but ends up using the same law and quoting Article 37, of which is the one we are speaking about. The government has to obey the law and has to follow the law because the law is the ultimate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, honorable judges. You are the best. All the audience, you have proactive awe. Allow me to rebut on behalf of the opposers. My lord, the maxim of law used to say, de minimis non juret lex. Law doesn't take care of trifles. I'm a lawyer by failure and an academic in law. And allow me to say, number one, that the proposing counsel attacked us instead of attacking our arguments. That is ad hominem. He said he can relate to where the name Java came from. That is attacking us instead of attacking our arguments. Hope you will consider that, my lords. Next, the first proponent was trying to educate this honorable house on the rule of law, on the principles of of the national principles, because I categorically saw them, heard them citing Article 10 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. So they were veering off the topic. They were veering off the motion, my lord. We are not here to discuss about rule of law and separation of power or principles of national governance. We are here to discuss about relationship between good governance and effective policy. Secondly, they measured much on Chapter 8 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. That is the legislature. Are we here to discuss about the legislature? Then to note, policy is not implemented by the legislature. I told you I'm a lawyer by failure and an academic in law. Policy is not implemented by the legislature. If you could have measured on the executive, better off. But you are trying to mislead this honorable and holy house. Next, one of the proponents said that he's not good at history. And now my question is, if you are not good at something, why are you coming to mislead members of the house? If you are not good at the history, why are you coming to debate on the same? Next. They said about the trust, that good governance must have trust from the people for it to pass the policies. Let me educate you. I know you are also a lawyer. I don't know, but I'm sure you are a lawyer by profession. There are these policies we call self-executing policy. Do they need trust from the people? That's the question to ponder about. Next. So, my learned judges, the point I'm trying to put forward is that the proponents are trying to mislead this honorable house. They are giving out points that are not going clearly with the motion, my lord. We are talking of good governance. We are not talking of legislature. We are not talking of principles of national government. Thank you, and have a nice time.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask a question each for both sides. You're going to answer in 60 seconds as you give your final thoughts. So you can take 30 seconds to answer, then 30 seconds to give your final thoughts. For proposition, your question is, yes, you were saying that good governance is important, but do you think it is possible for well-designed policies to succeed even in environments that governments are not very proactive? And what do you think, as long as there are strong institutions and oversight mechanisms in place, do you think policies can still work? Alright, very pardon. You've argued that good governance is important for policies, right? So my question is it possible for well-designed policies to succeed in environments even that governments are not proactive? Alright, and just to rejoin the question, as long as there are strong institutions and oversight mechanisms in place, right? Governments may not be very active, but institutions of oversight may be very active. Do you think policies can thrive in such an environment? And the opposition, I'd love to hear from you, because you've said good governance is not the backbone. So if good governance is not the backbone of effective policy implementation, then what alternative factors would you argue that plays more crucial role in ensuring policies are successfully executed to the end? So you can have 60 seconds and give your final thoughts.
Thank you very much, Honorable Judge, for your good questions. We can't have chapati without dough. We can't have good policy without a good governance system. We need both. And that's why we need to have a good governance system that ensures that each and every policy that is imputed is actually implemented, because we're not leaving it at the policy making stage. We are actually proceeding to the implementation stage, which needs good governance. On the final thoughts, Honorable Judge, I think the opposers have done a disservice to this particular motion. when they start telling us of the legislature, instead of talking about the executive, then I wonder again, can we have chapati without dough? We have first to prepare the dough, and then we get to the chapati. So we have to talk about the legislature and the whole policy-making process before we talk about the implementation of that particular policy. I rest my case, and that of the opposition too. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation, my fellow colleague. First of all, we only eat chapati, we don't eat the dough. We only focus on the results and not the materials that we make, whatever food or good that we consume. On this instance, we are focusing on the materials and not the main substrata of whatever goods we are manufacturing at the end of it. To answer my distinguished judge on your question on alternative ways of ensuring effective policy implementations, we should have systemic restructuring. And systemic restructuring in this instance also applies to ensuring that the education sector is revamped. A country of literate people do not need to be governed. It will be a country that is well-driven and self-purposed. A country that is politically stable. A country that is secure. A country that is that exceeds the principle of communism and cares for each other is a country that does not need good governance as the backbone of its implementation of policy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate the ladies and gentlemen. You guys forget very fast. So without wasting much further ado, for the respect of the house, we will have you shake each other's hand while standing as we finish this debate. Please proceed. Alright, thank you very much. I am well informed that we are behind time, and so we won't take much of your time. I'll just request the panel of education. We step out for some 2 minutes as I welcome Vincent, the team, to do their final announcements or any other that is there, as we also clear the stage for the purposes of what is coming up next. Thank you very much. The last person mentioned, we don't focus on ingredients, just focus on
We also heard that if they can't see the light, you make them feel the heat. You people are full of phrases. I think we should be holding this occasionally. Yeah?
I've seen a lot. Very good. Just to debate kidogo. Umesikia kuna mahali topic imeisha tu wakaanza kuambiana how dare you, who do you think you are? You are not learned. You don't know anything. And you say you don't know history. Then you are here saying, umesikia your story? Comment chant. Waandike according to me. According to me. Sita mwalimu wake alisema ukikosa kuandika kitu hata nikitaka kukuibia nitakuibia nini, si ndio? Sasa si lazima mtu atawini. Na watu wanashinda akisema you double look at us. You I'm resting my case together with these ones. They don't have a case. Wanakuta anasema these ones. Hey. Alafu wanasalimiana hapa. Mimi hata naacha kwa zaidi ndio niwaambie. Mimi tuambie. Kuna vile nimeona hata tu wanaambiwa wasalimiane. Maybe vitu wanafanyana kwa hizo salamu hivi. Maybe wanafinyana. Wenye wanakutana kidole zao zinaanza kurudi hivi. You know. Na ni vizuri watu waangaliwe. Hii vitu ni ya mapafu, si ndio? Debate ni ya mapafu ama hata isitoke kwa mapua, si ndio? Ishikwe na hizi vilai. nose villas, hizo hairs za mapua, si ndio? Ishikiwe hapo kama za small intestines zinaitwa micro villi. Si lazima kama kwa zinaitwa nose villi. Huku ni debate.
Imagine kuna watu wa biology wanasema ni uongo kama according to you.
Shauri yako wewe sema kenye unataka kusema. That is me, this is a debate. Debate si kila kitu atikwe. It is how you say it, ndio? The nose villi.
Okay, why are you misleading the crowd?
Hey, let me tell you, my lord. Where are you? You are my lord. My lord, listen, my lord. This madam here, she is not even confident.
I am very confident.
You don't have a name to give it. When I give it a name, you don't want to take that name. You want us to be calling it what? You don't have anything to say. My lord, are you seeing? I mean, they debate next time. Next time, the man was a campus. Yeah.
Hey, kwanza ule mwenye aliambia, that's why I understand why you are called Jabba. Why? Hiyo ni kafiri.
Na hizi stories zenye wanakuja kutoka hapa wanasema, we don't create chapati without dough. Hizo ni vitu zinakuwa kama ni kitu wetu mtu anafikiria akiwa hapa. Hizo ni vitu zinakuja tu automatically. Zinakuja automatically. Na huyu mjamaa atapigwa huyu. Anasema anakuja kutembea pink skills kwa mashinki. Ama mnyinyi mnasikia kitu alikuwa anasema juzi kizungu. Anakuja anasema my people say enoselime kitiki. Na nyinyi mko hapo mko serious. Mmemsikiza are you okay? Wanashika na before atoka aseme washajua na washaelewa. Sasa wamekuja wakasema my lord, my people say, anaanzia nazo na hizo ndizo nini ya opening speech mark na closing speech mark. Mmenotice hivyo? Anakuja anasema Uncle Kene. Unskini la ateki. Hiyo ni nini bro? Unajua unaweza win. Hiyo ni nini? Ni kichinku ama unatisha tu debate. Una gather attention, si ndio? It is well. To speak words. I know, it is very necessary. Watu wako na maneno. Watu wa debate wanafanya hivi huko nyuma. Wanajitwanga. They are fanning themselves. Ni kumoto. It is very hot. Nyinyi mnasikia joto? Hamwezi sikia. Kuna mtu hapumuiza hivi. Poto 1. Debate 2. Anashangaa sasa mbona tena mlitufanya namba 2? Simgele tu tukae na watu wa transformer. Transformer walibaki, hawakuweza kutransform. Walitransform educators. Majina zingine ni za kujitia lawama. Za kujitia kitanzi.
Lakini unaona Jabba walimeka to the final round. Sasa majina zingine pia
shamba.
Lakini it became the weapon against them. Imagine
kuna huyu boys wa Jabba anaongea haraka hadi niko zile are you thinking? Nani anaona huyu kijana? You know. Hiyo content inatoka 30 seconds. Ameshasema asante, ashasema jina na ashasema for the purpose of record. Hati hiyo purpose of judges, honorable judges. Aha, acha mkaza tuseme honorable judges. Nani anakumbuka I dignify your dignity? Hakuna kizungu kama hiyo.
I'm feeling low.
Ni huyo tu. Huyo mtu ni moja. That person is one by the way. Mtu hawezi kuwa na vitu vingi hivyo.
Hiyo sentence ya sijui amafilia but I'm a lawyer. Hebu kuja to explain.
Maybe atajifanya, maybe that's just him, si ndio? If you are a girlfriend to that guy, my sister, utaachwa vibaya wewe. Tunakuhurumia. Yeah? But that is good years. That is what? What? Hivi ndivyo mnasikiza mkiambia chicken calls. Hivyo ndio mnasikia. Nikisema good sababu mnafanya hivi. But it is well, debaters will love you. When you grow up, you want to be like you. And then there is this sister. Unajua ile sister wa madetail. Wakusema. In the year 2009, 206 billion of people. The population was 20%. Hata hizo ni za kujitungia.
Nasikia according to KRA 2016,
20%. Wewe shika hizo vitu.
Hiyo alitoa wapi?
No, mtu anaweza shika, unajua ni vizuri. Unajua maybe people are different, si ndio? Mtu wa kawaida anaweza shika hizo vitu. Ati akule bana anasema na hasomi 20% of the population. You're talking about Moyale. What are you done to our people in Kajiado? Because the people of Karianusi have 20% HIV test. 20 of them have died in 2017. In 2018, 260 died. In 2019, 3,260. Who are you? Kutuchocha hapa, kudanganya. Na sisi tunakaa hivi tuko concentrate, karibu tuandike notes. Na angalia hapa tulikizo wameandika 200. Amesema hadi wanaibia. 200. Unaambia 266. I guess debate tu ni uongo tu. Kwa hivyo kinyi kitu kimeongelelewa hapa usifuate. Ila watu waongee vitu za ukweli.
But kuna zingine ni ukweli.
Kuna zenye ni ukweli?
Yeah.
Lakini mingi.
Unajua pia wewe unashangaa umeshikaje vitu vya udemu alisema. Hivyo ndo unashikanga ukisikia mtu akidiscuss ushakran.
Si kushika nimeshika, nimefanya tu hata alidanganya na mimi nikadanganya pia. Juu that is the atmosphere yenye iko huku. Huku hakuna si lazima useme kitu yenye iko. Unasema tu kitu. Watu wafanye hivi. Na baadhi watu ni watu wanasema hivyo ndio wanafanyiwa hivyo. Wewe kuja hapa useme uanze kufikiria, uanze kusema honorable judges. Haufanyiwi. Mtu wakuja hapa aseme my lord. Unamfanyia hivi. Na hakuna kitu umeshika by the way. But it is well. Maybe tupeane gift. Kuna gift nyingine hapo? Kuna gift iko hapo? Hakuwezi kosa gift. Nataka mtu tu mmoja ajitolee. Watu wawili wajitolee. Watu wawili wajitolee niwape gift. Yeah, come here. Wewe hata sikushika jina yako, you are very fast. Unaongea haraka hii Kenya. Sasa mtu ajaba amesema liwalo liwe hata achukue tu kitu aende nayo nyumba. Majaba wenzake wameketi hapo, ajui na wanakosa kupewa. Sasa anasema acha mimi nijitokeze nipewe. Sasa wewe lazima actually nilikuwa nimpatie tu, lakini sasa huyu lazima aseme kitu. Kwanza atuambie jina yake polepole. Polepole sawa? Polepole sisi hapa si debate.
Thank you very much.
Sema thank you very much. Ukianzia hiyo pesa utaenda uende.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I am Ibrahim Orwa. A finalist law student from the Faculty of Law. I am also the outgoing chairman for Chuka Kenya Moon Club.
Okay.
I am also the National Balance Project Director. The Secretary of Wakili Community Forum.
Hey!
And a lot of things. So it was a privilege.
You are not a psychologist, are you?
Yeah, it was a privilege to be here. I will thank you very much for conducting such an amazing event. I will thank you, Professor, for gracing us with your presence. I know you're busy, but thank you very much for sitting till the tail end of it. I'd like to also congratulate all debaters who participated today. It is a very bold step to get out of the comfort zone and come to the state and you know, fight the stage fight and all that, thinking on your feet. It is very hard, but with the time, you just need to make the first step. I have one question to ask you. Everyone raise their hands up. Everyone, please. Just raise your right hand up. Higher. Higher. Now ask yourself, why did you raise it higher the first time? So it means in everything you do, give it your 100%. Thank you very much.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. What you have said right now we have understood. Sivyo? Tumesikia haya. Simesikia haya. Yeah, thank you very much. Tunaweza mpatia nini? Unaona? Mtu mwingine inue mkono. Hata kuja hata uambie watu kitu. Come. Leo tukupatie gift.
Unajua ni opportunity kupatia advice.
Unataka
It is
kutuambia
your
kitu?
chance to tell us something. Kama ni advice.
Na usikuje hapa kudebate juu ama ulidebate. Oh, it is well. Kuja uongea na hii kama unataka utaki kushika.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Kihira Crispas.
Ewe?
Kihira.
Hiyo.
Yes. A law student, a first year.
Pia nikujia gifts.
Sorry hapa mbele ati I came for the gift. Na acha. You are translate hiyo jina yake. Unajua hapa kuna watu wa huko Bondo, si ndio? Kehiolia. Kehiolia ni kusema no usiseme Kehiolia. Is Kehiolia. Kehiolia. Watu wa Mlima wanajua ni Kehiolia gege. Ndio. What is Kehiolia? Come and say what is Kehiolia.
Kehiolia is typically spinning something.
No, Kehiolia is spinning. What is Kehiolia?
No, Kehiolia is someone or something that spins or someone that spins.
And that's something iko katika hali ya ukubwa, si ndio?
Good evening. Good evening again. Thank you for organizing this event for today. Tumelearn vitu mingi by the way. Mbona vile watu wamepashana maneno hapa ndani. I think those wenye wako proceed wamejua their weakness wanafaa kuimprove. Then before ni rudi kwa chini naambia on all your days anything you do put God first. Amen.
Amesema ati we have learned a lot of things, ndio? Uwezi kuja hapa atunakujia gift kuja ambia mtu we have learned a lot of what have you learned.
Sir, before useme what you have learned, Odipo ama one from the group yenye ulikuwa, kindly unahitajika hapa nje.
So things that we may learn today, like according to the theme of today, about the good governance. As economic students, we may learn how policies are made. Then we can learn economics.
So how are policy made?
Yeah. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo tumedani. Ama ulikuwa unasikia ting.
Ama kulikuwa na marina procedure.
Hebu sema.
Like articulation, like you are one of
Articulation. Sikia ameenda kusema zile majina zote.
There are many things like hizo vitu wapona sema like
Hata ujui kitu amesema. Unajua? Mpatie.
Amen. Amen again.
At least amesikia mahali kuna implementation of policies. Yes.
Lakini huwezi kuja kutuambia ati I have learned law and I have learned economics. Mimi kwanza hata sijaona hata sijajua anything about economics. Mimi nimesikia tu hiyo jina unajua haiko kwa kizungu, so hata siwezi kukumbuka. You know, maybe nitoe tu yangu. So hatujalan vitu za law, lakini tunakupatia gift, si ndio? We can appreciate that guy na akona hadi shati iko start. We can appreciate him. So we are not the only ones feeling hot. Because we are hot. Like the hot sun. And hot ketchup. And hot dog. And hotness. Thank you. Yini ya mklap, hata hot zangu zote zimeisha. My hotness.
Na bado appreciate.
Na bado amu appreciate. But sasa, our judges, wao pia wao wana feel, oh God. Ulisikia kwanza kuna watu si wajaba ni wa Phoenix. Walikuwa wanasema at when people hear taxes they were like, oh stop. When people hear what else they say like, oh God. When people hear we are about to hear the result they say, oh no. Yeah, now we are about to hear the result. Hapa si mahali pa kucheka, si mahali pa kelele kwa sababu nilikuwa anaotiki taska project fail. Ulikuwa unaotiki taska project fail.
Hapana.
Tulikuwa tunasema somebody is going home and somebody is going home with something, si ndio? Yeah, somebody will just go home and one. Hiki ni kipindi cha lala salama. Uliua mama yake, ukaua baba yake, ukaua mpenzi wake, ukamshika ukamtupa kwa ukuta wewe. Sasa majamaa wetu walikasirika, wakawatenda majambo It is time. Sasa ni vizuri tuone nani walitenda? Walitendana. Na tulisema there is no loser, but there is a winner, and the others is not a winner. Yeah. Na unajua kuna mtu amesema ati usitumie hiyo kitu hapa, utaenda kutumia mahali. When you are for there, sasa sijui mtaenda kutumia wapi? Ati you've known your weaknesses, you know how to improve. Wataweza kurudi? Ama there are chances in life. There are chances in life. Yeah, hata kama unajipata kwa soko udebate bei ya viatu, there are chances. Don't die, eh? Shuka, yeah, and do your best. Do your best. Sawa sawa. Yes. Mko sawa? Are you ready to hear the result? Sitaki kuwashaitia because right now some hearts are. Unajua hili wenye walilose nini? Hawakuwin na sisi. Hili wenye hawakuwin kutoka mwanzo, ndio? Sasa hawa wanashindwa. Mlituleta hadi hapa alafu mtu mwage. But it is well. Si ndio? Yes, it is well. Kama wewe ni wajaba, kameshika sofa. Si kamekuwa kameshika. Hata sasa hivi tunasikia kameshika tu. Na nyinyi ndio mlitutishia hapa. Watu wa Phoenix. Mmeita nyinyi mshinda mkitutishia hapa. Umoja wenu ndio nguvu yenu. Mkaamka na mandugu zenu.
just put some little effort, especially don't come with clocks. Tafuta tu kiatu tu, si expensive, doesn't have to be expensive. The shirt doesn't have to be expensive, just be decent. You know, how you appear, people will start judging you by how you present yourself, and it also gives you confidence. So we were not really looking at your dress code, we were more interested in the substance, but I just thought that I can say that to all of us so that maybe next time as you appear, as much as you have content, then you can look into that area. Otherwise, God bless you and have a great evening.
Thank you very, very much, Mwalimu. I think it is also in order when I say our dedicated, it is only the ones that started the semis. I think those who started from preliminaries, you're very, very important. Please just come say a word. Please just come and say a word so that we also honor the work you've done for us today. Please just come. Kamera hata ikushike hapa and we'll be very happy that you are with us here. The preliminary adjudicators, please come, please come. Please come. Yes, yes. Say a word or two, what you felt. Make it very, very brief and we'll be grateful. Please come, please come. We also honor your views and
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Amos Mutambo. I was impressed by your presentation, your submissions, and we have enjoyed interacting with your ideas. One thing you should take home is confidence. Whenever you are given a chance to present, make sure you maintain confidence. Approach the judges with confidence. Hata kama kitu unaongea unaona kidogo it makes sense sana. Confidence, my guy, confidence. Nice time.
Good evening. Is it possible to argue about good governance in economics? Yes or no? Have we heard anything about good governance in economics? Yes or no? In economics? They've argued here, argued about it here. No, 90% was all about law, but you can still argue about good governance in economics. Have a great evening.
Good evening. Mine is, one, I appreciate everyone for coming. It was quite engaging. And two, next time, not that I'm didn't do it, but as Malima said, that when you're coming for a debate, she talked of, in terms of addressing, but also say that we are scholars and research is important. And sometimes during the preliminaries, I noticed that some of us are coming with facts, but facts that they just cooked. There's actually someone who quoted something on taxation, and it was quite wrong. So do the research and ensure that whatever that you present, because we are here to learn. So when they mention Act 2020, at least I will go and research. So if you mislead me, then it will be wrong. But I'm quite impressed, and go be confident. As they say that it is not what you say, it's how you present it. Thank you. See you next time.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Francis Okundi. Let me start by thanking you for the great participation. I have seen great minds discussing great ideas. We are the leaders, and as the agencies rose last year, and they said we are the leaders of today, not of tomorrow. We, as on this side, we have seen that you believe that good governance, not being one of the, not being the only backbone of policy implementation, there are also other factors. So thank you so much, and let us continue the same. And as my colleagues have said, let them embrace the confidence. Many end the points, and a very clear point, but how they presented it, some stammering. So we can keep the spirit. and also have confidence in what you have to present. And also the other thing as I leave the stage is don't let the paper that you wrote something confuse you with what you are going to say. Some of us took time to read what they wrote down, but they forgot the time was running. So how you say it, it makes it easier that you may say more points in less minutes. So thank you so much and have a good evening.
Good evening. Once again, I'm impressed, particularly the fact that for me, I have I think your advantage. I interact with most of you from the perspective that you're in class. I interact with a number of you from the administration point of view. And it's brilliant when you meet actually most of the students. The first thing you realize is two things: the communication skill and even the organization of thought. Those two things will take you places. You know what happens when you leave the institution? Everyone will leave with a copy of certificate. So that's the case. And probably nobody even will look at whether it was graded as first class and all that. But then you only appear there in an interview. I think this is the best forum and the best platform, especially for faculty of law. Probably that's why they were outshining most of you. You know why? Because they have had such platform or forum to argue their minds. You know that organization of thought. Even those who are coming from other faculty, like school, the nursing, the business, and all that, you still had the point. And that's why somebody said you had the fact. But then sometimes even you are not even sure how you are saying it. So just get the confidence. We see you every day. And you know you are capable. For me, I'm actually impressed by the way most of you presented themselves. And I don't want to say so much. I would say even you can create such forum at a small levels. It doesn't have to be at this level, because this is usually annual. Do it. Even if you organize them at a sectional level or even a program level, it will help you so much. And I'm sure the dean will confirm in most cases, most students don't fail even in interview because they never passed their courses. They fail because of the way they present themselves, what Madam was saying, the first presentation, see, first impression matters, and even the communication. Use this forum to help you to improve on your communication, your presentation, and in both places. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best.
Good evening. God is good all the time. I'm Gideon Betts. I'm as well much impressed from what we've had in the course of the day since morning up to now. And primarily I want to thank the university for allowing such platforms to be done. And as well as the EcoStat Club for arranging for such activities. I know we'll agree at the end of the day that a number of lawyers may have today not because not sufficiently because they have knowledge, but rather because they practice a lot, right? And that is the key of the day. So therefore, the knowledge that we have at the end of the day are supposed to deliver in whichever place or whichever platform we shall find ourselves in life. And therefore, wherever we have such chances to come and present and to come and talk in front of the people, let's appreciate them. Let us take the chances. Let us try as much as we can. You've come today in a struggle and confidence, but next time you'll improve. Then at the end of the day, thou shalt reach perfection. God bless you.
Mine is a challenge. Economic students. We've organized the debate, but we left the stage at the initial stages. It's a challenge. So these are in-house matters. But the people from law, next time we promise you, we'll bring it home. See there? Yes.
Thank you very much. I think it was important that we get the feedback from them at the initial primary level that we started with. It's now my honor and pleasure to announce the following results to us. As I announce, I'm reminded to remind you to sign up for the forms that you are given and pass them to the committee or to Vincent right here at the front. So as you are aware, we had the final between two teams, that is Phoenix and Zaba team. And it was a hotly contested final, and we are happy that it went that way. And unanimously, the following decisions have been agreed on. That the best female presenter or debater is Ivy Ojwang. We should award her this. And similarly, the best male presenter overall through the whole debate has been Osuna. Osuna, you can now not be obnoxious. You are called to award following. So now, do you have anything to say?
Hello. Hi. I want to thank my sister Sylvia. I'm so emotional. The last time. Composure. The last time I debated was back in high school, 2023. After high school, I wanted to be a journalist, but grades zikatoka, wazazi wakaamua enda nursing, you know, like do what makes your parents happy. Na grades zilikubali na KUSP zikakubali na mtu wa cyber akakubali. Nikajipata nursing school, right? After I wanted to be a journalist, I wanted to always use my voice to educate, to be known through my voice. But I guess now we just have to use my brain. I'm still helping people, right? Unless Corona ikuje tena iniue. But until then, I'll try my best to help society. After high school, I lost a lot of my confidence because things just happen, the way life just happens. And today, my sister Sylvia Tipana called me and told me, come and debate. I was sleeping. I'm sorry for the Crocs. I literally have no official shoes, but I am going to buy shoes. I promise. And I'm definitely going to go back to debating because this is what I need to do. I need to continue using my voice because when I speak, people choose to listen and you guys are empowered, and I'm so glad and I feel so happy. One last thing. I'm the first one in my family. My father may have not given birth to like a son, mtoto wa kwanza, but yeah, I'm taking stages with men and I'm so happy. You know, this sound like everybody wants to know what will happen if I never won, right? I guess you'll never know.
Thank you. This time around, I won't engage in linguistic adventures. Thank you. So, for me, this is an encouragement to me because, for sure, I've never debated anywhere. Maybe in high school, I can say I was first runners-up at East Africa level, but since I joined university, I've never. But my mentor, Mr. Olwa there, encouraged me to apply for this. Then secondly, I cannot fail to acknowledge my good daktari, Madam Gracia. She's my lecturer, and she has been encouraging me a lot. And lastly, I'm an author. Next month I'll be launching some books. Hope you'll be.
Appreciate them as they get their crown. Thank you very much. Ivy, I can challenge you to something. Nothing is in the air.
nurses who are in media, they're doing very, very well. Can I give you an example? I'll give you after this. They're doing segments of they're teaching segments of just, medicine and nursing through media. Alright, and I'll probably share one or two. Alright, the second runners-up team, we had Tharaka Team 3. Please come from Tharaka Team 3. They are our number 3s for this debate. Are they here? Oh, they're here. Thank you very much. Please come, please come. Joseph, please come here. Madam Leko, please come and award, please. They're your students, all right. Probably we'll call the HOD. Is the HOD here? The HOD is right there. Madam, please come and give this award to this brilliant Madam Leko. Please come. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them.
Nataka kusikia nduru kutoka Tharaka.
Yes, Tharaka, students, you have done well. In fact, we didn't know that we are coming to be beaten at all. But we really appreciate your presentation. It was good. And you have been given the points that you need to improve on. So we don't have to say much. Congratulations.
Appreciate that. That's very nice. The photo should also be there.
Tharaka, can you also come?
They are lecturer.
You can also join your team.
If you want to join them as well.
Tharaka,
Please hurry up.
anyone can come. Can you clap for them as they come?
The runners-up of the debate. We've had a hotly contested final, but we have to get the first runners-up. First runners-up, unanimously decided by the judges, is Team Phoenix. Please come. Phoenix, please come. I'll request Vincent and the team crew, Mr. Samuel, to come to award Samuel, please come and award congratulations, you made it, but you can make it way higher than this one. Finally, the team that has carried the day, they've learned better. The others have learned, but they've learned better. Team Java. Please come and award this. Our team faculty, please come and award this. We are very happy to. Please let's appreciate them.